sitting with your coat on?
I am sitting with my coat on. You know what? I've been wearing this coat like every day.
I know you have. You wear it in my house a lot.
I have. Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of the podcast.
Yay!
I haven't even uploaded the first one.
No.
So, but welcome back to another one.
It's just for fun.
It is just for fun. Yeah, today, I've gone more bougie. I've got myself a white monster.
Tea, as always. Do you know what I wanted to tell you?
What? Oh, that's it. Oh. That's like ASMR.
People fall asleep to that, don't they?
They do.
What I wanted to tell you, this is going to have no context to anyone else. What I wanted to tell you earlier was, I'm going to give you no context even, see if you can think what we were talking about. Do you remember my probation got moved from that nice probation officer? She went on holiday or something. And this new woman made me go to a church. Do you remember? To go to those AA meetings and the Drugs Anonymous meetings that for things I wasn't even anything to do with me. I put a whole complaint in. Right? I pulled up outside this church, right, for the first time. It wasn't open. Right, I'd been in the car for about an hour because I lived about an hour from probation. I needed a piss real bad, mate. Like real bad, right? There was nowhere to go, and you said you were nervous. Well, yeah, I was in the middle of a church car park, right, in the centre of town. I couldn't just get out and pee in the street. There was no shops. If I was a minute late, I had to pee in a container in the back of my car, right?
Not one of your finest moments.
In the back of a church, right?
What sort of container was it? I feel like that matters. What was it? Was it like an Activia pot?
It's so much worse. It was plastic. It was just shallow. I swear God, do you know what it was? You know when you buy like 4 donuts from a shop and they come in one of them like shallow plastic.
Just sloshing with piss.
Mate, I really had to go,
What car did you have then?
It can't have been the L200 that got sold when I was inside Astra. I think a little Astra. So there was no way I was getting covered by the door or out, mate. So I was squatting in the back of an Astra outside church going to a probation meeting. I had a tag on my ankle, right? And I was pissing in a donuts container. And I remember thinking, this has to be a low point.
Yeah.
Like, this is not a high point, because for some reason she had me going to probation at stupid o'clock in the morning on like a Sunday or something. So like nothing was open. There was nowhere to go at the toilet, but it was near like a busy high street essentially, and I was like, I can't like pee next
Wait, was
to
the
my
church
car.
not open?
No, it hadn't opened yet. So I'd got there to go to this meeting, and because it was like my new probation officer, I wanted to get there like on time. So I got there on time. She was late, as always. As always.
Well, she wasn't expecting you to be on time, to be fair.
No, honestly. And then she was insane anyway. I had to put a massive complaint in against her. She wanted me to meet her at Starbucks for my probation meeting, right?
Would you like a quick coffee beforehand?
It was like wild.
I love a pink drink. I don't know.
This was after she'd announced to all the other women, right? Okay, here's the thing. I'm all for go to AA if you've got an AA, like if you've got an alcohol problem, go to Sound, you
We
go
support
to this.
rehab.
Yeah, 1000%. You go to those meetings. I was not part of that. This woman said, "Oh, meet me at this place for your probation meeting." So I sound expecting it to be like an office or something. Nah, she had me walk in, sit down with the NA and the AA meeting, and was like, "She's one of my probation." I was like, "What is happening?" Just like announced to all these women and all these like helpers and all these like old women. And
What is a criminal?
And none of these other women were on probation. It was so weird.
That is weird.
So I ended up putting a complaint in against her because I refused to go and meet her at Starbucks after she told me she was going to put me on a no-fly list and all sorts, right?
But it sounds like such a great deal.
After I had to piss in a donut box outside of a church and then announce to the world who I was like, no, actually, babe, not 100% keen on that. Because you're going to be able to see all my grey hairs and all my bald spots on camera and my tufty bits. It's for, do you know what? Who fucking cares? I've lived with it for the last few years. Disclaimer, lost all my hair. Like,
You didn't lose all of it.
okay,
You lost a good part.
I have like 10 strands of hair
There's some
left.
fighters left.
Like, it all just went. And do you know the most stressful thing, right? I've always had really thick, curly hair. And then it started coming out a little bit during well, I say a little bit. A good chunk fell out during pregnancy and a little bit of postpartum. But then I had just like regular postpartum hair loss. And then I got stress alopecia. So my hair was
Bam.
my hair just dipped. My hair was too much. And just left. It's grown back. Obviously, this is not my hair. She was telling me I didn't need extensions in my hair, right? And I was like, no, like, you don't know how bad my hair loss has got, right? And she was like, oh, it's not that bad. I was at my granddad's funeral. This woman comes up to me, touches the little bit of natural hair I've got left, went, it's that straw.
The straw's all I've got.
You want me to walk around with 10 strands of straw on my head? I'd look like that fucking... I was going to say weird Barbie Gollum is...
The weird Barbie.
Gollum is criminal! Mate, Gollum! Anyway... I've actually got, being so real right now, I've got yesterday's eyeshadow on.
What girl for that?
Just straight up, I am such a type B girly.
And if you guys want any more lifestyle tips, then just feel free to carry on watching.
Hit me up for the clean girl aesthetic. Look, I've got
We'll
fucking...
set up a beauty YouTube channel.
I think that is orange.
Nice.
There'll be some other mystery stains on it somewhere. Mate, I have a toddler.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
Oh, I won't be long.
Bring all the food, thanks.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. She cries at some of the episodes now on Bluey. When the dogs are hands, she hates it. I don't know
To be
why.
fair, it is a bit weird.
It's weird, yeah, I get it. But I'm gonna do like so instead of like a tacky Bluey birthday party, I'm gonna...
Okay, high class
High
Bluey.
class. Yeah, so a bit more neutrals.
Yeah,
So-
beige.
I think
Bluey loves a beige.
I think
Are you gonna be an almond mum? Like all your birthdays are in beige and brown.
I'm gonna go. No, it'll still be Bluey. It'll just
Greek yogurt.
yeah. Stop actually stealing my ideas here.
Rage mind.
My hair's a mess. I've just eaten some food.
The monetization.
Yeah, who cares? I'm gonna be a millionaire anyways. Don't know how, but we'll get there. Oh, yeah, I give up. How do
That's the millionaire mindset.
how do, how do I look? Is it a 10 out of 10?
I think it's quite cute.
I think it's quite cute, yeah.
Some people would say you look a bit like you've been dragged through a bush. I think it's cute. I think it's like a cute bush.
I always look like I've been dragged through a cute bush, to be fair.
There we go. On brand, at least.
It is on brand. It is so on brand, you know. To come in here in a stained jumper and look like I've been dragged through a bush. It just is what it is. You know, men prefer that. So we just vibe. But now I've lost all my hair. It's gone grey. My skin's broken out because I got my period. Oops, I said period on the internet. Another micro feminist movement there.
I'm gonna put like a blood dripping down the screen effect.
So my skin's broke out. Oh, cry about it. Who cares?
Life has bigger problems.
Innit, doesn't it just?
If my face looks weird, it looked weird.
Yeah. Sorry, not really bothered. It
Mm.
was. I remember it. I got on. I'd been out in York. And my ex-boyfriend was throwing all my shit in the street out the top window. So I was like, I'm gonna have to go home. Got on the train. I can't remember. I was in some little dress. I was 18 or something. I was in some little dress, and it was like 11 o'clock, pitch black, it was like winter. And I got on this like single rickety, lights flickering carriage in the northeast, right? And there was like 4 lads sat at the back of this train, right? One of them had a pit bull on a big white pit bull. Turns out that was my baby dad. Had a pit bull on a white leash. They were like balaclavaed up and that, sat at the back of the train. I'm shit. Right, I've got nothing but my handbag, legs exposed, tits out, right? Oh god. They got off the same stop as me and walked behind me. Because my house was a 15-minute walk from the train station. They walked behind me the whole way home, right? Creepy that, innit? Like I was just being followed like the whole way home by these lads and dogs and valleys and all that. And then years later, obviously, me and him realised that that was him with his
Did he
mates.
explain it?
Yeah, so turns out they'd seen that they could have done better. But so one of his mates actually lived on the same estate as me, so that's why they were walking that way, anyways.
Yeah.
But then it turns out that they wanted to walk behind me because they'd seen like a lone girl wearing not very many clothes walking by herself through the estate.
Yeah.
So they were like, "Oh, we were just keeping an eye on you." And I was like, "Sound, did one of you think to like say that?" But then he's logically, if one of them tried to speak to me, I'd probably have cried.
Yeah.
So yeah, it turns out it was him, and it was his dog Ike.
Also, they would have 100% just called you down the street rather than going up and talking.
Oh yeah,
to you.
yeah. Not one of
So,
them would
I
have.
don't think they would have been able to talk to you.
No, one of them would have just shouted, "Oh, love!" and I'd have had
Like
to
that.
run. Yeah, I've had to run. So they just followed me home, and I was like, "Cool, that was a real creepy experience for me." And
That one got the heart.
yeah,
Saying
that one real stressed me out. I'm not gonna lie. I remember calling my ex-boyfriend, my boyfriend at the time, walking back to the house, being like, "There are all these men following me right now." I was like, I'm pretty sure. Turns out he was on the run at the time as well.
Oh.
So he was staying with his mate. He did get caught for that. I'm not dobbing him in. And that's why they were all balaclavaed up on the back of a dodgy train at midnight.
They could have just stayed in one place. Why?
Yeah. I don't know if it was his mate's house or something, I don't know. But yeah, no, he's
Fair. Public transport when you're on the run sounds good.
I don't, to be fair, I bet he had lights, that train. I doubt it had fucking cameras. That must be, well, I was 18, so that must be, what, 8 years ago? Oh my god, yeah, 8, 9 years ago now. So
Your first encounter with your baby dad was him hunting you down, and you were like, "Yes, that works for me."
yeah, because well, yeah, because the man just kind of like he just moved in, didn't he?
Yeah, that's true. You don't really have much to say.
I didn't have any say in it. Like we'd been seeing each other. We'd been on one. We'd seen each other once,
Yeah.
and he just. I was laid on my sofa on the Friday night, and he just walked in my house. Honey, I'm home. Fell asleep and actually just never left again.
Yeah. The audacity.
Innit? Like that should have been a red flag, but I was 21 and like it's a wild way to start a relationship.
Yeah, that is. You do love a good love bombing.
I do, I love it. Because why wouldn't you be in love with me?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. What do you mean? Of course you're in love with me. 48 hours, I'm mint. I'm 10 out of 10, catch me, wife. Right? Now do I love a love bomb? So I don't know what to do when a man is avoidant.
Yeah.
Like if you like me and I like you, why don't we just actually just give it a go and just see what
Yeah.
happens? Why have we got to talk and shit? Let's do it. Why not? That's why this whole no contact thing stresses me out. So I'm
Yeah.
like, why don't you just give it a go, mate? Grow up.
Instead of speed dating, we should have like speed husbands.
I think that's an arranged marriage.
Yeah, I suppose it would be.
Yeah. that, that is an arranged marriage.
Yeah.
But like, I suppose married at first sight, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Like that is. Do you know? I couldn't do that. I couldn't do it. I could not imagine.
I think if I had already been married once before,
Hmm.
I wouldn't really be as bothered. But I think if it was like my first marriage,
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know.
Oh my god. You know these like pretty boys who are all going into like essentially they're all going into like gay, but they're not actually gay.
Yes, I have. Yeah,
What is happening?
taking jobs away from the gays. These straight fucking men.
It? The audacity to think you can just get into gay because you got a dick. No.
Yeah. But also, it was like a gay university or whatever, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, there's like a gay university. There's one guy who's running it, and like it's where straight men go to this gay university to learn how to do gay.
You're joking.
No, and I'm like, man, at that point,
You're gay.
you're just gay.
You're gay.
Or bi.
Yeah, I imagine there will be some gay actors, like actual porn stars who have done gay, who are straight. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, and there'll be some about whatever. All these like pretty 21-year-old straight men
Yeah.
who are all fucking their mates and stuff on camera. You just are. It sounds that you are.
Yeah, but
Live your best life. You're gay.
but then they can't clickbait with all the straight stuff in the title.
They put one little skinny blonde in the middle of 10 men, they all fuck each other, and they're all straight. Well, straight, shut up. None of you's even looked at her vagina. Innit? It's ridiculous. No, the thing is, right, all power to the girlies.
Yeah.
The girlies and the gays win.
But the straight men.
The straight men, stop.
You're cringe.
That's fine. Yeah, I just not for me. I couldn't date a man who does OnlyFans. I feel like I'm one of them podcasters now, one of them male podcasters, like woman's body count matters. Like I could never date a man who stoops so low as OnlyFans.
Oh, could never.
My God, have some dignity and
Worthless
self-respect,
male.
aren't you? What beta male?
I need an alpha.
Yeah.
A sigma.
Oh. Innit? What's your body count, Dave?
What do you bring to the table? Where's your worth?
I could never stoop so low. Big ick. Soy out men, just spreading it around. No one wants a man who just spreads the seed.
Little spreaders.
Combine harvester, mate. Constant fields that. I don't know what's going on. One of them is it clownfish? Is it clownfish?
I think so.
That's all the babies, and they're just seahorses. Have you ever seen a seahorse come? Wait, not come. Have babies.
Have babies. I think
And then it's like
so. There's just little baby ones going everywhere.
Spurt the fucking babies out.
Yeah.
Wild.
Like a trumpet. It's going.
Yeah, I wish childbirth was that easy.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's for men.
Well, yeah.
That's all they do. From just like spurts out of them and they get a baby.
Frustrating.
They are like seahorses. They're about as useful as seahorses.
You know what the seahorses do for the local economy? Never seen a seahorse paying tax. Tax the seahorses!
Oh my God, you sound like Trump.
The seahorses are invaders.
He taxed penguins, didn't he? Shut up!
Did he?
Yeah!
Why the fuck would he tax them? What did a penguin do?
So he's that fucking. Do you know put all them tariffs in place?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and he taxed the island of penguins.
He taxed an
Yeah,
island of
told me.
penguins.
Yeah.
Tax the seahorses next. Atlantis or whatever it's called. They'll be taxing the mermaids.
I think we should leave it on that wonderful note. Yeah, thank you for joining us for another episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
If you like it, if you want to subscribe, feel free to subscribe. But otherwise, catch you in a bit. Bye.
Bye.